The jade egg is an ancient Chinese practice where women insert the jade egg in their lady parts.
Right.
And to help tone the pelvic floor.
How does it help do that?
I don't know. I need to start my jade egg practice.
One watchdog group is crying foul, alleging Goop and its founder, Oscar winner Gwyneth Paltrow, are duping customers out of their money with misleading health claims.
Former Goop executive, the woman who helped Gwyneth Paltrow create the mega brand, now challenging the company's ethos, alleging wellness culture can be toxic.
The wellness industry rakes in a cool $5.9 trillion a year, and yes, that's right, that's trillion with a T, in a universe of clean eating, superfoods, juices, supplements, holistic medicine and crystals. The list is endless. On top of that, we have so-called experts with no medical degrees telling us to buy products such as the Super Booster to provide immune system support for a cool $92. Some people use their fame and notoriety to set up a business promoting such disgusting ideology, convincing people to buy health products they simply do not need. One of the most influential and controversial to me is Gwyneth Paltrow. Gwyneth Paltrow's company Goop has had a controversial history since she launched the wellness and lifestyle brand back in 2008. Originally started as a weekly newsletter, grew to a website that spawned a fashion line, wellness products, recipe portal, podcast, magazine, and a health summit which costs thousands of dollars to attend. She continues to make headlines for her controversial and ridiculous takes on health and well-being. Although Paltrow claims that it is not medical advice that she gives, she still speaks with authority over vulnerable people who take what she says seriously, and it's a responsibility Paltrow abuses time and time again. I think it's a fine line between entertainment and science that gets blurred all the time. People tend to be more trusting of familiar faces, and actors can be that source of familiarity because they are literally everywhere. Because of her celebrity prawl, she can influence her fan base to buy products of hers that they simply do not need. To me, she's not a health advisor or a nutritionist or a doctor. She's a greedy extortionist. The early signs of this began as early as 2009. This would be when her first Goop detox recipe would be released. To be clear, nobody needs a detox. Our bodies are perfectly able to do this already, or we would be dead. This is why we have kidneys. This is why we have a liver. Diarrhea is not detoxing. She would then go on to release multiple cookbooks, a self-help book, as well as skincare products, perfumes, and a Netflix series called The Goop Lab. The Goop Lab was not well received, and Netflix was heavily criticised for using its huge platform to promote her unsubstantiated health claims. The series presented anecdotal evidence in place of scientific validated facts. Some of their ideas included anti-age diets, energy healing, and communication with the dead. Making these kinds of claims on a platform like Netflix will only serve to validate her claims, which is dangerous and manipulative of her company and irresponsible of Netflix. All that being said, Goop has had many controversies over its 16-year lifespan that clearly portrays the company as more of a money-making scheme to me than anything else. Goop has made some outrageous claims over the years, so let's talk about some of them. In 2015, she released an article called The 5-Step Guide to Yawning. Readers were then encouraged to reach and extend into a yawn, riding the yawn to stretch the jaw muscles. This step is to be repeated apparently 8 to 10 times until the lacrimal glands around the eyes are squeezed and tearing is induced. Now, Robert Provine, a neuroscientist at the University of Maryland, Baltimore, studied both yawning and laughing reflexes. His research refutes the notion that this kind of performance yawning is really yawning at all, and that you can truly not yawn on command. Another claim she made was how to treat having a parasite. So most people, when you get a parasite, you would think you go to a doctor and you receive medicine to treat the parasite, but not with good old Gwyneth Paltrow. With Gwyneth, what you're supposed to do is drink raw goat's milk for 8 days straight, as well as specific anti-parasite herbs. In 2017, she made an outrageous claim that women should insert her $66 egg-shaped jade into their vaginas to, and I quote, help increase vaginal muscular tone, hormonal balance, and feminine energy in general. Of course, with this came a lot of backlash from gynecologists over its unfounded health claims, and Paltrow had to settle a $145,000 lawsuit. When asked about what the egg-shaped dildo does for women on the Jimmy Kimmel show, she stated that she didn't really know.
How does it help do that?
I don't know. I need to start my jade egg practice.
The craziest product though to me that the company released was a $61 This Smells Like My Vagina candle, featuring a blend of geranium, citrusy, bergamot and cedar, and it actually sold out within hours. Paltrow later claimed it was a punk rock and roll statement, but the crazy didn't stop there. In a newsletter, she claimed that unkind words had an impact on water molecule structure. So apparently water has feelings now. And what made her think this, you might be wondering? Reading a coffee table book from the water author Masaru Emoto. Another crazy post she had on her website was a 2018 detox guide that recommended an at-home coffee enema kit to stimulate users' intestines from the comfort of their own home. A couple of years later, while hooked up to a vitamin drip on the Art of Being Well podcast, Paltrow revealed that she had also used ozone therapy rectally, a procedure that involves pumping oxygen via catheter into the colon. Rectally, people. Gwyneth suggested to anyone who wanted to rebalance the energy frequency in their bodies to try using her body vibe stickers on their arms or near their heart for only $120 for a pack of 24. She claimed that they were made of the same conductive carbon material NASA uses to line spacesuits so they can monitor an astronaut's vitals. A fact that was quickly debunked by NASA, by the way, confirmed that they do not have any conductive carbon material lining the spacesuits. In 2019, she pulled off a wellness cruise at a cost of $5,000 for a 9-day cruise in the south of France, which included detox smoothies, yoga group, tarot card readings, and a 51-minute appearance from Gwyneth Paltrow herself. One of the wackiest things she claimed, though, was that crystals were more of a threat than AI. She interviewed a woman by the name of Colleen McCann, who was apparently a shamanic energy medicine practitioner, who claimed crystals as a timeless database of knowledge because they retain all the information they have been exposed to, McCann revealed. Crystals absorb information, whether a severe weather pattern or the experience of an ancient ceremony, and pass it to anyone that comes in contact with them. I don't think I really need to explain why that theory is insane, but I will say it is insane. Goop also promoted vaginal steaming, where a woman sits above a steaming pot of water, which apparently cleanses your uterus. The problem with this as well is that the vagina is actually self-cleaning, so it doesn't need this, and also that the added moisture in the form of steam can actually increase bacterial growth in the vagina, increasing your risk of infection. Goop is irresponsible and continues to make claims to this day without any scientific evidence. They continue to promote ideas and products that are overpriced bullshit that does not or will not help you. They claim off their articles that it's based off personal experience and not off any sort of medical opinion, but I think Paltrow is well aware of the pull that she has. She knows people will buy the product regardless of whatever little notice they put on their articles. Does she genuinely believe the ideology she sells? That's hard to say. I think she knows it's bull, but will happily take people's money. And please, for the love of God, do not take any sort of medical advice from a goddamn actor. By the way, just in case you're wondering, Goop is worth over $250 million currently, with Gwyneth Paltrow having a personal net worth herself of over $200 million. And I think that speaks a lot for itself. I think part of the problem as well is it's during COVID, wellness became such a huge thing because people were trapped inside, people were so concerned about their health. When people think of wellness, they think the opposite of disease, the opposite of death. And I think Gwyneth used that as a perfect opportunity to create products at a very expensive price point, as you can see here. Some of these products are ridiculously overpriced and literally do nothing. But unfortunately, people who are vulnerable to this kind of thing, people who believe her, spend the money. Just like in the Jimmy Kimmel interview, it's clear to me that she doesn't really believe in what she sells. And at the end of the day, it's all about building a brand, building a business and making money. And if you are someone that is falling for the Goop trap, please do not give her your money. But that's it, guys. Thanks so much for watching. What do you think about Gwyneth Paltrow and her crazy Goopy company? Are you as disgusted by it as I am? I mean, the vagina smelling candle is insane. Like, that's literally insane. Please like, share and subscribe as always. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.